Jack Adcock was described as the kind of little boy who lit up a room when he walked into it. He had Down syndrome and was born with a hole in his heart, but he was lively and energetic.
It was amazing. He was always smiling, he was always laughing. You know, it was one of these where he'd be running across the playground and you'd chase after him.
His death led to the doctor in charge of his care being convicted of gross negligent manslaughter. But despite being given a 2-year suspended sentence, she was not struck off. So what happened on the day he died? Jack was admitted to Leicester Royal Infirmary on the 18th of February 2011. Dr. Bawa-Garba wrongly diagnosed him as having gastroenteritis, when in fact he had pneumonia. She then failed to look at test results which would have showed signs of infection and that his organs were failing. When he went into septic shock, Dr. Bawa-Garba told doctors to stop resuscitating him, as she'd mixed him up with another patient who had a do not resuscitate order. Once the mistake was realised, she ordered resuscitation to start again, but efforts to revive him failed. The General Medical Council say they want her struck off not as punishment but for patient safety, and Jack's mum agrees.
You know, we're all human, we all make mistakes, but the amount of mistakes she made that day killed my son, and she deserves to be struck off. I would never want another member of the public, any other family to go through what we've gone through.
Dr. Bawa-Garba's defence say that understaffing and being forced to work a double shift with no breaks contributed to the mistakes she made. Over 800 doctors have signed a letter supporting her, some of whom were outside court today to Nicola Adcock's anger.
You're going to be ashamed of yourselves. I just hope that nothing ever happens to your children and someone causes your child to die. That's all I can say about how you see love. You ought to be disgusted with yourselves.
Nevertheless, they believe striking her off will set a precedent which will lead to more patient deaths.
I'm afraid if the GMC win this case, it's going to make it more likely because junior doctors will not want to do high-risk specialty like paediatrics. Senior doctors will say, well, actually, I'll retire. So there'll be less doctors with more patients, with more rota gaps, so it's actually more likely that this kind of thing will happen again.
Whatever the outcome, though, the NHS will face the same pressures and a mother will still be without her son. In this case, there can be no winners. Ruth Liptrot, 5 News.